You'd think after 8 episodes of The Masked Singer, all of your guesses would be nailed down by now. In that case, it wouldn't be much of a show though, and that's our cue. Not to sound cocky, but we guessed episode 7's reveal right, and both, that's right, I said both of this week's reveals right. Oh sorry, not caught up? We got you. All of our previous updates are right there. Or here's a video of every single reveal before episode 7. But we all know this wouldn't even be an issue if you were subscribed, hint hint. Ready? Let's dive into the reveals first so I can steal that best guesser crown from the judges. Despite her episode 7 performance being one of her best to date, the alien was grounded and revealed to be not Sophia Richie, not Paula Abdul, come on Ken, but LaToya Jackson. We did it again, internet. Gosh, we're getting cocky. She's from a famous family, served as a reserve police officer in Indiana, and had pet snakes back in the day. Another guess in the books for us, and hey, Judge Nicole Scherzinger's first correct one. The Lion has been a star throughout the season, and episode 8 was further proof of that, but it wasn't enough to keep her on top, as she was the first to be unmasked at the end of the episode. The judges clearly needed some help with this round because their guesses were all over the place. From Haley Steinfeld to a white Kelly Rowland? Is that even a guess? Anyway, rumors were right, and it was Rumer Willis, Broadway star and daughter of Bruce Willis and Demi Moore. She has famous parents, has roots in Kentucky and Idaho, and starred in a production of Chicago on Broadway, not to mention her role on Empire, which centers around the Lyons family. I mean, come on. Next was the Rabbit's turn to come out of the hat after a less than impressive performance this week. He was a good contestant, but couldn't quite say, "It's gonna be me." It wasn't as much of a heartache for Ken Jeong and guest judge Kenan Thompson, who at least both picked boy band members, but once again, Nicole Scherzinger and Robin Thicke made no mistake guessing former NSYNC member Joey Fatone. He's got a hot dog business in Brooklyn and definitely excels in synchronized singing after his time in one of the greatest boy bands of all time. Now on to the final 3 contestants who still remain masked, at least on the show, because our guesses are gonna blow them straight out of their costumes. Episodes 7 and 8 for the Peacock saw some ups and downs, but he still never let us doubt his ability to perform, especially with his clues, which included more hints about his love of performing and the people's love of him. The Peacock's identity has probably been our most solid guess so far, because who else could it be but Donny Osmond? He's a star performer from Vegas, knows Michael Jackson, and wore a wacky wig in Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, where his character landed in jail. This one is no contest, but if it absolutely had to be someone else, we'd say nobody, because it's freaking Donny. Sorry, not sorry. The Bee has made it to the final 3, proving her potential as Queen Bee of The Masked Singer. Her performances were as exceptional as always, and we even got to hear her go old school with Tina Turner's What's Love Got to Do With It. She threw us a bit of a curveball this time, addressing that a lot of people only think she's Gladys Knight. I mean, it's pretty obvious. She also hinted that she's won 10 Grammys throughout her career and has a killer peach cobbler recipe. Gladys, darling, we appreciate the attempt at misdirection, but all signs still point to you. Gladys Knight is from Georgia, hence the peach references, has her own cookbook, has won a ton of Grammys, including her work with the Pips, and is the Empress of Soul. There is some discrepancy about whether she has 7 or 10 Grammys, thus some people think it's Shaka Khan, who has 10. But almost every other clue points away from her and towards Gladys, so don't be a hater. Finally, the monster has been haunting our dreams, not only because he's insanely talented, but because his clues are probably the most difficult of all the contestants. During episode 7, he had a subpar, but still awesome, performance of Joan Jett's I Love Rock and Roll, but he did a total 180 during episode 8 and made the judges cry with Sam Smith's Stay With Me. So far, his clues have included that he's from the South, he likes gaming, golfing, and has been criticized in his community. During episode 8, he revealed he's been told he sounded like a ringtone and apparently lost his cool over it. Despite the obscurity of the clues, TPain seems like the best option here. He's been criticized for his use of autotune, is from Florida, streams video games on Twitch, and has been known to play, and injure himself playing, golf. We also know he can sing for reals from his Tiny Desk concert at NPR. People have also guessed CeeLo Green, but come on, you'd have to be crazy. Who do you think everyone is? Did we just nail it again, or are we missing something here? Let us know in the comments and battle your guesses out amongst yourselves. After you get it all out, go ahead and hit subscribe so you can stay up to date and see if our hot streak continues with these guesses. Clearly, I'm at least better than the judges, and that's gotta say something, right?